Good morning, children. Welcome back with the next new session. So, in this session, we are going to discuss the question and answers part from the lesson number 14, Parliament and the Central Government. Okay, from 8th class textbook. Now, so I hope you have all understood the previous lesson very well and understood the actual concept of this lesson. So let's begin with the explanation of question and answers today. Okay, so in this lesson there are 9 question and answers. So I'll be explaining the question and answers one by one, and I'll let you know the meaning as well. Okay, so let's begin. So first question: why were the first elections difficult to conduct? List as many reasons as you can. So children, this answer you can write in your own words with you can make points, you can make paragraphs also. So they are asking why it is very difficult for them to conduct the first elections. Yes, as we all heard with the lesson that 1951 to 52 the first Lok Sabha elections were conducted. When it was conducted, that means purely only the Indian political leaders have participated. Previously when the elections were conducted, those were the elections were with the British people who have also involved in that. But completely after getting the independence in 1952 the first elections were conducted, and challenges like many people did not actually understand like what is voting and all. But people who have understood the concept of voting, they got a new experience. Okay, then some people felt that what is the use of having elections, because anyhow who are rich or whoever is a king and so on, only those kind of persons are going to be the next political leader, or whether it is will it really bring any kind of development for the country or not. Next thing is there are some people who believe that no, this elections is a small hope that people are going to get good government, and definitely they are going to get the better developed country. Okay, so these are some of the problems, or these are some of the questions, or these are some of the situations that have come across when conducting the first elections in India. Okay, then second question: why do you think elections need to be free and fair? Why do you need elections need to be conducted in a free and fair? Yes, it is very much important. If it is not conducted in a free and fair, what is going to happen? We the people may not know by without our notice only, the other people, that means the other political leader who is not suitable for that may win the voting, and he may not develop, or he may not give his proper service for the country. So we will be suffering for the 5 years, isn't it? So, and that too, there are some people who bribe. Okay, bribing, you know what giving money is known as bribing. Okay, or terrorizing person, that means making like giving any kind of a warnings or any threats. Okay, life threats and all. There are some people who give then supply of alcohol. So all these things usually people do during the time of elections. Okay, so what they said is election commission says that it has to be conducted in a free and fair manner without any malfunctions like this, and that too every political party should should get an equal opportunity to participate here. That means conducting of rallies or providing the information, that means whatever they have listed in the manifesto, explaining that concept to the public. Every political party should give an equal opportunity there. Okay, so that is the reason why the elections should be conducted in a free and fair manner. Okay, third question: for which of the following subjects can laws be made by the member of parliament, which by the state assembly, and which can be made by both agriculture, railways, village, hospital, police post, telegram, electricity, and factories? So children, I have told you about the state list and central list, isn't it? And I have also told you about the concurrent list. So there are some terms given here, that means agriculture, railways, postal. Okay, and we have factories, we have electricity, we have telegram. So all these things are there, no? So which will come under which list, you have to decide that, and you have to fill the box there. Okay, then Question number 4. Name the two houses of the parliament. Draw a table to show the similarities and differences between them on the following aspects. Okay, so what they are asking is how many people are there in the houses of parliament. So how many houses are there in first, and in each house how many people are there. Okay, and they are asking us to draw a box, and one side they wanted us to write the similarities, and other side they wanted to write us the differences. Okay, and what similarities and what differences you have to show is, first is number of members. So number of members in both the houses you have to show. Then more or less powerful. So who is more powerful, Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha? Then election process, voting for the president. So all these are the terms. You have to write the similarities and differences between the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Okay. Then fifth question. In the 2009 parliamentary elections, no single party won a majority. How can the government be formed? Discuss with the help of your teacher and write a paragraph. So what they are asking us, in the year of 2009, a situation has happened that no political party was chosen to rule the country. No political party was chosen to rule the country. So what is going to happen if no other party is chosen? Who is going to rule the country, or who is going to look after the country, or who is going to take the responsibilities of the country? So in that case, what happened is, there are number of political parties who participate in voting. Okay, among them there are some independent parties also who are participating in these elections. Now mostly there are 2 or 3 majority parties, that means number of members in each party. For example, if you talk about Bharatiya Janata Party, you talk about Congress, so group of members are more. So what happens here is, number of members are mostly of Congress or mostly of BJP. Now there are some independent parties, like you can say about this Telugu Desam Party, you can talk about this YSRCP, you can talk about Janasena. These are the independent parties where these parties will give their support to the major parties there. Okay, they may give their support, that means whatever the number of votes they got so far, they'll give their votes to the main either if they like to give to Congress, they'll give to Congress, or otherwise they may give to the BJP. So now after getting the support, whoever gets the maximum number of votes will be going to rule the country. Okay, so this is how, when the elections are not decided, means who is going to win the elections. In that case, these independent parties give their support to the major parties. Okay, then next question. Who is responsible for making the laws that are applicable for the entire country? So who is responsible for making laws? I've told Parliament is a house or where they make all the laws for the country, and it has to be followed by everyone, and it is applicable for the whole of the country. Okay, that means everyone in the country is responsible to follow these laws. Okay, next question. There are some gaps in the information given in the table below. Discuss with your teacher to find out making information and fill in the blank. So children, I can see here a box is given here, and they are asking us about the positions of MLA. So MLA, who elects the MLA? So, and then what are his eligibility in one box. Then MP of Lok Sabha, who elects him, and length of the term. So all this information you can find in the textbook itself. So go through the textbook once and you can find these information. Okay, so the table will be the missing ones will be sending to you, and you have to fill this table and write the same into your CW. Okay, then 8th question. Do you think the party should be made to put up more women candidates for elections, and why? Okay, so they are asking, is it important to give an opportunity or a chance to the women to participate in these elections? If it is yes, why? Okay, so yes, women are now into every field. They are into pilots, they are into navy, they are into air force, they are into defense, they are into business, they are the entrepreneurs, many other in all the departments, from medical to the scientist, every department the women are there. Now why not the person ruling the country? Okay, so women should also get an equal opportunity to participate in the elections. Now, as well as the other parties, other male persons who are getting the importance or the duties, whatever they are assigned, same it has to be assigned to the female ones also. So women should also participate in the process of elections, in the process of being a political leader, or be the like president or the vice president, or whatever the position it is. Even a woman should get a equal chance. Okay, so next question. Following is a study of the women's representation in the Parliament House, including that of India and other nations. So children, there is a graph showing of the women participating in different countries. Okay, so here I can see some Nordic countries, I can see America, I can see Europe, I can see South Africa, I can see Asia, Pacific, South Asia, India and Arab states. So these are the graph showing the women participation. So this one, the orange one, indicates the India, which is very least when compared to the first country, that is Nordic countries. So when it compared to this, Indians, like women participating in the being a leader or being a like a person being an national leader is very less in India. Okay, so you have to write about this in your CW. Okay, then these are the 9 questions from the lesson number 14, Parliament and the central government. I hope you have all understood this part of the lesson, this part of the explanation very well. We'll meet up in the next upcoming class with a fresh new lesson. For any more doubts and queries, please ask us immediately. We'll meet up in the next upcoming class. Till then, bye. Thank you. Have a nice day.